Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Saturday, July the 18th, race number 12 at Monmouth Park. Let's throw up the field for the Grade 1 Haskell. 3-year-olds going 1.125 miles on the $1 million is the purse. 100 Kentucky Derby qualifying points to the winner. You can download free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us. And Mike, the pace could go a long way in determining the winner of the 2020 Haskell. We throw up the Timeform US pace projector. I agree with the red bar indication. I think this pace will be fast. Authentic is fast. Ancient Warrior, the stretch-out sprinter, probably has one way to go. We know Lebda likes to be close, and so does New York Traffic.
It's true that there's a lot of pace in the race, Dan. I guess my contention would just be how much quality pace is there in the race. To me, I just didn't really see any way that Mike Smith wasn't putting Authentic on the lead in this race, assuming that he breaks.
If there is a hot pace, however, Dr. Post might be the one to really benefit from mid-pack. Let's watch Dr. Post's runner-up effort in the Belmont Stakes last time out. Nice effort, considering that 'tis the law. The horse he had to beat got a big jump on him, and Dr. Post must have been 4 or 5 wide on the sweeping turn at Belmont. He's game. He's never going to get to the winner, but he's second best on this day. It was a move in the right direction, and you get the feeling 1.125 miles in a fast-paced race, that'll help this horse.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I thought he ran fine in the Belmont Stakes, considering his prior 2 starts off that long layoff were both really good. His unbridled 2 starts back is way better than it looks on paper. He's just a very, very logical horse in this race, and a very dangerous one, too. And you're right, Dan. If the pace projector is right and the pace is really fast, he benefits more than anybody else.
From Southern California is your 4-5 morning line favorite, the number 2 Authentic. He won his first 3 starts, tasted defeat for the first time as the odds-on favorite in the Santa Anita Derby. But, Mike, I don't think a lot of things really went right for him in that race. He broke outward from the far outside post. He contested the pace widest of 3 all the way around the track. And as they turn into the stretch, he's put away the other pace horses, but now he's got to deal with a really good 3-year-old in Honor AP. Authentic was game to finish second in this race, and with a more alert break, either Smith puts him on the lead or he might have him just off that stretch-out sprinter, Ancient Warrior. He's a quality horse, this Authentic.
Yeah, he is. We'll see what happens, Dan. To me, this race, the Santa Anita Derby there, it just wasn't, for whatever reason, and it could be the distance, it could be other things, it just wasn't the best race that this horse has run. It certainly wasn't as good, in my opinion, and as his prior races. On the other hand, he didn't break great from the gate from the outside post there. And Drayden Van Dyke had the opportunity to put this horse on the lead early on, and he decided not to. He decided to sit outside of other horses, and maybe that was the plan going in. I would have to believe that after that race, that is not going to be the plan in the Haskell. I think Mike Smith's putting this horse on the front, and I think that gives him his best chance to win.
The number 3 is Jesus's Team, and talk about a true rags to riches story. If he were to upset the Haskell 15-1 on the morning line, this horse was entered for a $25,000 claiming tag 2 starts back. He won that race, and then he ran a really nice second in his most recent start at Gulfstream. We'll watch that race right now. He got a great trip in this race, tracking the 2 speeds. He's in the green cap on the outside. He's eventually going to get into second, but he just can't kick with the quality Soleil Volante late. Solid performance, good figure. He'll have to do better.
Yeah, I appreciate that his last 2 races are a big improvement on what he was doing prior to that, but I don't like him in this race.
Ancient Warrior is the number 4, and as we mentioned, this horse has stretch-out speed. He has yet to race past 6.5 furlongs in his career. His most recent start at Churchill Downs, he was actually off the pace, and he ended up finishing behind American Butterfly, a horse that came back to run 3rd in an off-the-turf race with an 87 Beyer speed figure. This horse might simply not be as fast as Authentic leaving the gate, despite being a stretch-out sprinter. I really don't know how else they're going to ride this horse, though.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. I mean, it feels like they almost have to go forward with him in here. We'll see what happens, Dan. Based on what he's done on the track so far, I thought he was, pretty hard to make a case for in this race.
30-1 on the 5, Fame to Famous, and he's hard to make in this race. His only win came in a restricted maiden race at Belmont on the turf. He's only raced once on the dirt. He finished last in the slower division of the Risen Star Stakes, finishing well behind New York Traffic, and I guess he just hopes for a complete pace meltdown.
Yeah, and even then, it's probably not going to be enough for him. We'll see what happens. I mean, listen, it's a very short field. I'm sure that they had to get some horses to run in this race. They got Fame to Famous to run, but I don't think that it matters.
20-1 on multiple stakes winner Lebda, the number 6, a horse that did some good work at Laurel Park over the winter. They ran him in the Ohio Derby last time out, and a combination of a fast pace, better competition, and 1 1/8, I think, really worked against him. He's fast out of the gate. I'm just not sure he's a grade 1 horse at this point.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't like him at this distance. I just don't think he's good enough anyway, especially as compared to the horses drawn to the inside 2 posts. And we'll see what happens. I realize that he has some speed, Dan, but I don't know. I just don't really look at him like a horse that they're just going to be on a dead send with in here. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Haskell. I want to give the 7 New York Traffic an opportunity here. He's run well in both starts and blinkers for Safi Joseph, second in the Louisiana Derby. And last time out in the Matt Winn, he was up and on the pace on the outside. He took over at the 5/16, and it took a very good 3-year-old, the unfortunately now injured Maxfield, to run him down late. He finished ahead of 2 minor next out winners. And while he has speed like Lebda, I don't really think he needs the lead. I think 1 1/8 is okay for him, and the price should be fair.
Yeah, I think the price should be fair as well. I don't have a particular knock on him, Dan. He's obviously getting better with every race. It seems like I agree with you that he can get the right trip in this race. I'm just not a particular fan of his, and I just felt like he would have to take another step forward to beat the 2 horses drawn to the inside.
And as for you, it's authentic. Just go right to the front. Don't fool around, and hope this Monmouth track plays as it has for the most part over the last 2 decades, to speed.
Yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it. I'm just going to give him the chance to rebound here, Dan. I'm not going to be surprised at all if Dr. Post just turns out to be a little bit better than him at this point, but I'll give Authentic one more chance.
We have the same triple. It is in different order. Mike's going 2-1-7-6. I'm going 7-2-1-3. And the Saturday race of the day, it is the grade 1 $1 million Haskell. It is the anchor leg of a $400,000 guaranteed 50-cent pick 4, an approximate post time 5:46 Eastern. Best of luck.